Raptors, Jurassic Park's most iconic, yet possibly most overhyped and overused creatures. Today, we're diving into the impact Raptors had on the franchise. Were they really the terrifying apex predators the films made them out to be? Let's break it down now. In the first film, Raptors weren't just dangerous because of their physical strength. No, they were predators with a mind. The suspense built around them, especially in scenes like the kitchen scene, are infamous, and not for no reason. It was nothing like audiences had ever seen before. They were no longer animals. They were the problem-solving killers. That level of intellect made them stand out. Now, before I start the script, I want you guys to take a guess. How many films out of the 6 canon ones have the Raptors been featured in? I'll wait. Comment below how much you think, and if you know, well, I don't know, you know. With that, I'm going to assume you're done. Well, I hope so. Now, if you
Guessed 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, well, you're wrong.
if you guessed 6, you would be correct. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back. And if you don't believe me, well, here's some proof. Now listen, I understand this from the writer's standpoint. People love Raptors, and people love blue. But what the fuck? 6 films? Why do the Raptors have 6 films? I guess you can argue, since the T-Rex is in all the films, that it's understandable, but it's the fucking T-Rex. Raptors in the beginning were suspenseful, eerie, and unsettling. They went from nightmare hounds to superheroes. Sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, so let's get back to the script. The success of these terrifying creatures in Jurassic Park set a new standard. By the Lost World, raptors were even more prominent, appearing on the island with more stalker-like roles. The franchise leaned into the idea of raptors being the ultimate, never-ceasing threat, and even in later films like Jurassic World, it continued to build onto their legacy. But that begs the question, were they becoming overexposed? It's clear the Raptors became a franchise cornerstone. The sound of their footsteps, the quick glance of their sharp eyes, it's all ingrained in the public consciousness. Even people who've never seen Jurassic Park know what a raptor is. Their sheer presence in pop culture became undeniable. So the Raptors were everything: dangerous, unforgettable, and instantly recognizable. But here's the problem. This intense focus on them leads up to the question of whether these creatures are overused in the franchise. So let's look at how they evolved. You ever notice how Raptors basically hijacked the whole franchise? Like they were supposed to be secondary threats, maybe even background killers, but somehow they ended up as main characters. Let's talk about why. First off, they weren't even the top dogs in the books. The T-Rex had more spotlight, but Spielberg saw something different in these 6-foot turkeys that hit different. They were smart, fast, and they hunted in packs. That alone gave them more personality than half the human cast. Don't quote me on that. Every time Raptors showed up, they stole the scene. The kitchen scene, classic. The tall grass ambush, cold-blooded. Clever girl, that's just iconic. You don't forget those moments. The franchise sure didn't. Sure didn't. By the time we hit Jurassic World, Raptors weren't just killers. They were the homies. Blue went from slashing throats to catching the fade with the Indominus for the squad. Like, how did we get here? Raptors went from nightmare fuel to ride or dies faster than Dom Toretto has a reason to say family in Fast and Furious. There's no denying it anymore. Raptors, especially Blue, have become the face of Jurassic World, and just the series in general. Fans love her. She's smart, loyal, and has that almost human bond with Owen. Everything you'd want in a girl. She's probably got more personality than half the cast. The emotional beats they hit with her, like baby blue scenes or the look she gives Owen, clearly worked. People felt something. She's practically a pet dinosaur at this point. But here's the thing. It's starting to feel like the franchise is stuck in a raptor loop. Every movie since Jurassic Park 3 has leaned on the raptor hype. Stealth corridor scenes? Raptors. Dino-human relationships? Raptors. Like, yeah, they're iconic, but how many times could we remix the same creature before it starts to lose its edge? I can think of a couple smaller herbivores or carnivores who could probably do this role just as well. Blue was cool, and probably the saving grace for raptors, but her constant presence and the franchise's obsession with cloning her, protecting her, and giving her a baby is kinda dragging on. It's like the writers are scared to let go of the one dinosaur they know the audience likes, so they just keep reusing the same formula, and eventually, even the best formula gets watered down. At this point, the only thing Blue hasn't done is file taxes or drive a Jeep. And with Rebirth and seeing their new antagonist, I really wouldn't be surprised if she ended up doing that. So ultimately, I feel the Raptors do have a place embedded in both fans and the franchise alike. I feel like everything about the Raptors has been explored in depth, and that it's time to find something new. Don't get me wrong, I love the original Raptors in Blue, but Jurassic Park is starting to turn into Jurassic Petting Zoo. I hope Rebirth doesn't include overly used dinosaurs in general. I feel like raptors were a plot device for the audience to understand that even carnivorous dinosaurs have some empathy and a cute side. But now it's time to let Blue move on. She's been through enough now. That's gonna be it for the video, guys. I put a lot of effort into this one, so if you enjoyed or found this topic intriguing, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time at the Fossil Lounge.